to reflect somewhat pensively on an aspect of today as we think about October the 7th. I was once talking to a mother in our community who had several significant challenges in her family. And I asked her an innocuous question, something like, "How are you doing? How was your day?" Her response has stayed with me ever since. She said, "Rabbi, any day which ends with the same head count in my home as it began is a good day, no matter what else goes on." We can sometimes be so caught up in insignificant and even significant things going on around us that we forget to be grateful for the simple fact of ending the day with the same head count in our home as when it began. Tragically, October the 7th and the last 7 months have taught us that isn't a given. Today we celebrate Lag BaOmer, the 33rd day of the Omer. Each day of the Omer is characterized by another Kabbalistic attribute. Lag BaOmer today, in that sense, is called Hod Shebahod, which translates into English as the glory of glory. What does that mean? Today is a day that reflects our appreciation of God's greatness and glory. The Hebrew word Hod, H-O-D, or Hey Vav Dalet, can be understood as coming from the same word as Hodah, or Hodu, or Modeh, which means thanks. So if you're asking, what are we celebrating today? Another dimension, Lag BaOmer is a day characterized as thankfulness within thankfulness, Hod Shebahod, thankfulness within thankfulness, or a day to celebrate gratitude. I share with you the question brought up by the Chassam Sofer, Rav Moshe Sofer, who explains that the miraculous man, the manna from heaven, began to descend on this day, on the 18th day of Iyar, Lag BaOmer. Now think about this. On the first day, the man was undoubtedly greeted with tremendous enthusiasm and appreciation. But as time went on, there was an increasing expectation. The heavenly bread would descend. And it became much easier to take it for granted and to forget to be appreciative for it at all. Therefore, Lag BaOmer is a time that we identify and say thank you for all the blessings that regularly descend into our lives. But unfortunately, just like the manna, sadly, we sometimes fall into the trap of taking it for granted. It is so easy to fall into a sense of entitlement and to forget to be grateful. Why should I thank my children's teachers? They're just doing their job. That's what they get paid for. Why should I be so appreciative to the waiter or the custodian or to the flight attendant? Isn't that what they're supposed to do? When was the last time we said thank you to the person who does the laundry? Do we express gratitude regularly to our spouse who shops, who cooks, who uses a credit card, makes dinner, or who worked all day to pay for dinner, or in some cases did both? So as we celebrate Lag BaOmer, this Jewish day, this day of celebration, the Jewish calendar, let's remember to say thank you to the people who do extraordinary things in our lives. Even more importantly, let's especially express gratitude to the people and to Hashem for the ordinary things that make our lives so filled with blessing.